ancient misconceptions. We've got truth in our possession. No room for doubt, no time to waste. It's time to put flat earth in its place. Here comes the smackdown.
Welcome everybody to Tuesday Night. I am your host, MCToon. I hope you're ready for the SmackDown. Get yourselves all buckled in. Grab yourselves a can of Tab. And get ready, because already in progress, Flat Earth Dave, also known as Dearth, which may or may not stand for Deep Inside the Rabbit's Hole, is last week I covered pretty solid documentation of his lies. Bad news for him. Anyway, I've got it's been a bit of a rough time for him. And right now, look at that. He's talking to Vlad. That's Vlad Ironworks 92,000. And Dave is talking to him right now. So we're going to jump in and listen to this conversation. It's just starting at the moment where it's queued up, but they've been talking for a little bit.
Here you go, David. Welcome up here.
So listen, I just started listening maybe 3 minutes ago. I skipped back 5 minutes. I listened, and you're saying that if I had an excuse, I should speak up. This is the first I'm hearing about it. And the first I heard about it was on Vic's show. I hadn't listened to MCToon's show. So I heard what MCToon played because Vic had played it 10 times. I heard what he said. So clarify to me what the problem is, what the issue is.
So there were the dates. There were the dates of use. All right. So this is why I wanted to go back and have you on another day so I could get all these things in order.
I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, man. And,
right.
I'm okay talking to you straight up right here. But when you hear the answer, you can totally disregard it, or you can understand it. And there's lots of witnesses, including Keith, Aloha, and others that were all there. So
okay. So then they would. Okay. So Aloha from Florida is one. Who else?
I'm not certain exactly the context of this. Is it the lies that he told that I covered last week, or something new? We'll have to gather from context what it is.
Gene, he was there.
Gene? Okay.
He was there.
Okay. So you're talking about at the in Tennessee.
Yep.
Okay. So
I need to understand from you what the problem is. Just tell me. You guys are really upset at me for lying.
I'm not upset. I'm not.
Well, no. You said that you're very disappointed. You shook your head. You put your hand on your head. I saw the whole thing. So what is it? So I just want you to clarify before I say it. Listen, let me talk. I'll let you talk. When I talk, I talk. When you talk, you talk. What is it? I just want to be clear because I am unclear on what you guys are upset about. So please tell me.
So Dave, it looks as if the dates are not jiving. And what I mean by
what dates of what? What dates are we talking about?
The dates of you getting with Duffy. Because what I heard, right?
Yeah.
What I heard was that you didn't get with Duffy. You didn't have any. You didn't hold any. You didn't hold anything with him. There was no discussion as far as getting together to do a final experiment. None of that happened. And basically, what punctuated you saying that you didn't do these things was when you said, "I don't converse with demons." Right.
Correct.
And then we keep hearing this over and over again. You heard that on Vic's show. Now, you said you watched what MCToon produced, or you did not watch what MCToon produced?
I did not.
He's scared. He's scared.
I actually had heard that he did a show on me. I literally.
He's scared. He won't watch anything. He's such a chicken.
Had like a minute to skim through it. I skimmed through it. I didn't even see what was going on, and I left. And then I tuned into Vic's show, and I was pretty shocked at what he was saying. So I listened for a while, and so that's the first I'm hearing of it. But what made me call into you right now was.
Okay, look, I can give you some background on this, everybody. You're going to want a little bit of background. So, Dearth called in a week and a half ago, a little more than a week ago, into Vika Draziv's show and said this.
My name is Will Duffy. I'm the pastor of Agape Kingdom Fellowship in Colorado. This discussion was originally supposed to be me and Dave White, who is best known as Flat Earth Dave, but I believe he's traveling and couldn't make it. So,
okay, hey, now let me respond to that. Let me respond to that. You can stop it. I've heard you play it. You played it 3 times already. I've heard it. So Duffy he set up a debate with me and him that I never heard about, that I never
How many
agreed to.
days did you have, Dave? Can you relax?
No, listen.
Relax. We can hear you when you talk. All right.
Okay.
Go
so
ahead.
just listen. Duffy set up a debate with me in his own mind. He presented it to me. I didn't even friggin' respond. I was not traveling. And I think I might have sent one email saying, "Don't ever contact me again. I don't work with demons." And he even quoted me on one of his podcasts. Go find it. He said that he quoted me calling him a demon, right? I don't work with demons. So they got in touch with Witsit, right? And so they're like that I was traveling and couldn't make it, so I referred with bullshit. None of that.
And then I played this one here, right here.
My name is Will Duffy. I'm the pastor of Agape Kingdom Fellowship
hold on.
in Colorado.
Wrong one.
This discussion was originally. My name is Will Duffy. I'm the pastor of Agape Kingdom Fellowship
Hold
in
on.
Colorado.
That's too long. I can't.
This discussion was originally supposed to be me and Dave White, who is best known. My name is Will Duffy. I'm the pastor
no.
of Agape Kingdom
Stop it.
Fellowship in Colorado.
Stop it.
This discussion was originally supposed to be me and Dave.
I'm sorry. You got to hear it
who is
twice.
best known as Flat Earth Dave.
That's my fault.
But I believe he's traveling and couldn't make it. So
Okay, hey, now let me respond to that. Let me respond to that. You can stop it. I've heard you play it. You played it 3 times already. I've heard it. I've heard it. So Duffy, he set up a debate with me and him that I never heard about, that I never
How many
agreed
days
to.
did you have, Dave? Can you relax?
No, listen.
Relax. We can hear you when you talk. All right.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
just listen. Duffy set up a debate with me in his own mind. He presented it to me. I didn't even friggin' respond. I was not traveling. And I think I might have sent one email saying, "Don't ever contact me again. I don't work with demons." And he even quoted me on one of his podcasts. Go find it. He said that he quoted me calling him a demon, right? I don't work with demons. So they got in touch with Witsit, right? And so they're like that I was traveling and couldn't make it, so I referred with bullshit. None of that.
Okay. Here, and so here is a voicemail that Will left with Dearth on January 10 of 2024.
David Weiss, please leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Dave, Will Duffy here. Got your email with the invitation to come on with you and Jaron on Jaronism. Happy to do that now. It looks like I'm not in your contacts yet, as it just went straight to voicemail, so feel free to give me a shout back. 720-432-9455. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
And then this conversation happened.
What's up, Will?
How's it going?
Going great, man.
Awesome. So
You want to have a debate?
I'm not a big debate fan. I'm more of a discussion fan.
Perfect. I like that. I hate debates. Matter of fact, but here's the thing. I can't do it. I'm in Mexico for a couple months.
Traveling.
And the internet here sucks. But Jaron's going to host a debate, and Austin Witsit is going to have a discussion and address all your points. Are you good with that?
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
Super friendly. Friendlier than I am.
Yeah, that sounds great. Okay.
Okay. I'll save your number. We'll figure out how's your schedule? Are you kind of wide open?
I'm definitely wide open, but it has to be before the 26th of this month, so it has to be in the next couple weeks.
Oh, perfect. We'll get it done. We'll get it done super fast.
Okay, sounds good.
I will set it up, and we'll get back to you. Someone will text you, or I'll text you, and we'll figure it out.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, listen. Open discussion. You can teach us something new. Maybe we can teach you something new. All right.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, man. Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so there you go. So Dave vehemently denies that conversation existing at all. I played it last week. Got around to Vika. Vika called out Dave, and now Dave is on with Ironworks tonight at this very moment. And by the way, Vika, Ironworks, Vlad, if you want copies of those, I'm happy to provide the copies of that audio. Shoot me an email, mctoon@mctoon.net, or you can jump on my Discord, or just contact me on Discord. I'm just MCToon on Discord.
you said that I should be talking to you. You know, there's like, if I don't talk to you, it's like I'm hiding from it. But it's kind of just like when you guys have been asking for Austin's ticket for 8 months. The first he heard about it was a week ago Sunday. So you should, like, if you want to hear me talk about it, you have my cell phone number. You're in my phone book. You could actually call me.
Dave, you're right. 1, 2, real quick, clean this up. What's it new that we asked for his tickets?
You know, let's take him out of it. I retract the statement. I retract it. I don't even know what's going on with him. I'd like to see his ticket too.
Okay, fine, cool. Now, as far as you're concerned, my thing is, listen, okay, you're willing to talk about it? We can do something tomorrow if you'd like.
Well, I can't do something tomorrow. I'm traveling and stuff. Here, can I just summarize for you? You're upset at me because my story on how I met Duffy doesn't jive with what you heard from MCToon and emails and everything that he exposed. Is that it? Is that the bottom line?
Part of that is it, yes.
What's the rest of it? Tell me the rest so I can address it.
The rest, I don't know what the rest is because I didn't hear you.
What are you upset with? What are you upset with? I'm over Victor.
Okay, so what I'm upset with is how it sounded as if you were almost convincing, right? It sounded as if your story was straight until I hear McToon's side of it. But it's like, I don't want to call it quits, but it's like, Dave.
All right, so hang on. Don't be so sure I have a side. So just so everyone's clear, MCToon exposed that I had previous conversations with Duffy when I said that I never have. Is that it? Sounds right? Am I getting it correct?
Yes, that's some of it. That's some of it.
That's only part of it.
Have you ever gone to a big meetup or a conference?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and do people recognize you?
Yeah.
And a lot of people come up and introduce themselves to you?
Of course.
Oh my goodness, Dave is digging himself a hole. Dave vehemently denied setting up the debate on Jaren's channel with Will because he was traveling. He vehemently denied that ever happened. This isn't anything actually about, because this is his ignorance. This isn't about whether or not they met. This is about him denying, lying about whether or not they had a debate set up.
So when I went to this debate with Duffy, with Dean Odell and Locke.
He went to a debate with Duffy?
There was probably 1,000 flat earthers there, and I was meeting people left and right.
There were not 1,000.
Right, left and right. And so when the debate was just ending, that's when I bumped into MCToon. He shook my hand. I asked him what his name was. He's like, Dave, it's me. And I was like, holy shit. You know, and I told him, don't touch me.
I squeezed his hand too hard and he cried.
And that was the only interaction I had with MCToon. And then it was either before that or after that. I think it was, let me think. Oh, no, it was after that. We all went back to this hotel lobby. And there was just hundreds and hundreds of people in there. And he comes up to me near this little billboard. He goes, hey, Dave, big fan. Can I get a picture? He hands his phone to his friend. He points at me. And I said, hey, do you have a channel? Do I know you? He goes, you don't know me, but you will soon. And then he walked away. He said, thanks. And him and his buddy walked away. That was the only Will Duffy moment that I had. And I didn't even remember his name 2 seconds later because I meet so many people. Sure.
Okay, so anybody that's in Vlad's chat right now, I asked Industrial Nerd, but let Vlad know. I will send the recording of the voicemails.
Term, you know, like I don't really care. And I
just have him shoot me an email.
Literally forgot his name. But jumping back into, I think it was December, this is before TFE was announced. I get a lot of emails. I delete most emails without reading them, but sometimes I get an email, it's really well written. And there was this guy, I'm trying to remember. He says, hey, I think he said that he's looking into flat Earth and he thinks the Earth could be flat. He goes, but, you know, he's actually, I had a whole email chain with him, maybe 2 or 3 emails. And then he goes, my pastor or a pastor thinks that the Earth is a globe and he'd like to debate you. And I said, I don't really do debates, but if he wants, we could have a discussion and he can come on. And I said our show because at that time I was doing a weekly show with Jaren and Alex Stein. And Jaren has 160,000 subs. I said, if he wants to come on and have a discussion, he said, that's great. Thanks. I'll pass it on to Will. I said, well, he can't call me if he's not in my phone book. So I have him text me. Will calls me, goes to my voicemail. I get the mail. I call him back. Will Duffy. First time I've ever heard this name. Right. And he said, yeah, I'm a pastor. And he agreed. And he said, well, I said, we can do it. I said, but I can't do it until I get back from Mexico. And he goes, well, it needs to be done by January, I don't know, 17th or 27th or whatever it was. And I said, well, I can't do it, but I got someone else that will do it. You know, like there's no, like he's white. No, he's not locked onto me. And I said, Austin Whitsitt for two reasons. One, I didn't want to do it. I couldn't do it. And 2, Austin's way better at it. And he said, okay, great. And I connected those 2. And then I went kite surfing and I forgot about that interaction completely. I don't even think I watched the debate between him and Austin because I completely forgot about it. So that's what happened there. It happens all the time, every day. And then at the debate, we all went out to dinner. Keith was at that dinner and other people. There's tons of people there. And I couldn't even eat my fucking burger because so many people were coming up to me and introducing themselves to me. Now, I'm really thinking hard.
Wait, what kind of burger? Was it a cheeseburger, Darth? Darth, you're not supposed to have cheeseburgers.
said, I don't think Will Duffy came up to me because I think I would have remembered him from the picture, or I don't even remember what it was before or after, but I don't remember him. But the truth is, I don't remember 98% of the people I met. I met Gene there, and I didn't remember meeting him until he just brought up the details today. I'm like, oh yeah, we were standing by the table where I had the booth with Matt. And so that was my interaction, but I didn't know it was Will Duffy. Then the final experiment video, the emails came out. And now if you think about it, instead of saying it's a military operation where I'm having a high-level dinner with these guys planning out a thing, know that didn't happen. And it's just a random meeting. And now, as I've always claimed, this entire thing was targeted for me from the beginning. It was supposed to be me, take down the map, take down my...
No, it wasn't targeting you. It was targeting all Flat Earth, you narcissist.
App, take down Dave Weiss. He's waking up too many people. So they did this. And they were targeting me. Will had his proxy, or whatever that guy, like, hey, you reach out to Dave, you be real nice, say you know this pastor, and he connected me with Will. I completely pawned it off because it just wasn't for me. I couldn't do it at the time. And that was it. So then they targeted me for months trying to get me to go. And I said, I'm not going, and nobody should go. Nobody should go. And then people disagree with that. Like, well, if we don't go, someone else is going to go. And I'm like, whatever. But that's the story. You guys are listening to MCToon. And at the end of his show yesterday, Vika and Sam were bragging that Dave Weiss's reign is ending. Because not only are the Globers after him, we're after him too. Right?
Wait, who's where?
I said that was Vika and Sam. He said that that my reign, like what reign? Like my activism is over. It sounds like they're working with Toon to
Effie Eddie, lies, and more lies.
To take me down because I'm a liar, right? I'm not a liar at all. I never lie about anything. But that's exactly.
Oh well, hold on a second. Let's just check to see if you're a liar at all.
But it's not in my word. Duffy is saying you are supposed to be in this debate and you post
but I
in
never
there.
heard about the debate. I never agreed to it. I didn't know about it.
But didn't you listen? You didn't listen to the end part, Dave.
I heard
He's
it
saying
3 fucking times.
no,
Victor.
but the last part he's saying if something goes wrong here, the one who is supposed to be blamed is Mr. Dave Weiss.
Because
Why?
I didn't show up for the debate, so he's there. So he said that he can say anything he wants.
But who organized that debate? You were saying
Not
you didn't have
me.
anything
I
to do
wasn't
with other than one
I wasn't
email.
involved. I wasn't involved. I wasn't involved with him organizing that debate. I would never agree to that debate. He never discussed it with me. He set up he goes, I'm going to debate David
All
Weiss.
right, take a
before
chill
he ever
pill, man.
told
All
me.
right, take a chill pill, Dave. Relax.
Fuck
No
you,
problem.
Take a chill
Hear
pill.
you.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is what you got, Dave?
Okay, what
Yeah,
else you got?
this is what
no,
you
no,
got?
No, what do you have? What do you have? So you just brought up something Duffy said that had nothing to do with me. So you've got nothing. What else do you have?
Oh my gosh. Oh, he lies so much.
What a liar would say. So, I'm the only one that knows I'm not lying. You have to use your discernment to understand, to think about my story. Now, I bet that you should have Sam come on right after this, because Sam will say, the reason I have such a good story is because I'm lying. Because if I'm lying, I have to have a good story. I mean, the double talk that those guys were doing on that show yesterday was sickening to me. Sickening.
Aww.
And none of it is true. And you heard I'm sure you heard my rant the week before when I was yelling at Vic. I was a little heated and I was having a little fun. But he said, he's naming all these things. And I said, prove it. He couldn't. And he goes, well, what about the Weiss files? And I said, that piece of shit. I said, there's not name a single thing in there that's true. And you know why he didn't name a single thing? Do you know why? Because he hadn't watched it yet. But he's using it as evidence against me. Vika had not watched the Weiss files yet when he used it as his proof that I'm a liar. Right? That's a Glober move right there. Okay? Now, listen, I just explained it. If you have any clarifying questions, please ask me. But that's what happened. I'm over this. And if you can't understand my side, I'm sorry, I can't help.
Okay. Yeah. So here's my thing, Dave. You have to, if you haven't watched what MCToon put out, if you have not.
I watched it. I watched it last night. I watched it.
Oh, I thought you didn't.
No,
watch
he
it.
said he
I
didn't
watched
watch
it on
it.
Vika's show. He played the whole thing 3 or 4 times. Okay. And MCToon showed the email of the guy. So think about it. Now, imagine this. Imagine a crazy scenario that TFE was targeted for me. So this guy reaches out to me before TFE is ever announced. Says, hey, you want to have a conversation with this pastor? And the pastor goes, I've got 5 proofs that'll prove the globe and a 6th one that I'm going to save for later. Well, that 6th one is the final experiment. It's a total tee up, but I had nothing to do with it. I did not have dinner, and Sam even threw in that, MCToon and Duffy were at this fancy dinner. No, we were in a shitty bar, overpacked, shitty service, decent burger, and 1 million people were talking to me. That's it. That's all it was. No planning. You can believe me or not, but there's my story. There's my
You're
truth.
sticking to it. Yeah.
What?
That's your story. You're sticking to it.
Well, why
we don't
would I
like
not
what
stick
people-
to it? It's the truth.
Okay. All right, Dave.
And now I have witnesses. Keith, call him a liar. Gene, call him a liar. And if I really think about it, I could probably name 10 other people that were there.
Now, this wasn't at all about the meeting at the debate in Tennessee. This is what it was about. It was exposing Dave as a just a blatant liar, claiming that he had nothing to do with the debate that Will had with Austin. That's what the big lie is about.
That you probably know. Okay. That all were there. They all witnessed everything that I'm saying.
So real quick then, Dave, did you mention this to Vika and them on?
I haven't talked to Vika. All they do is attack me. Vika's like, Dave Weiss he posted his video. I did post my video on Facebook, and somebody sent me an AI animation of him singing a rap song. It was kind of funny, and I just put it up there, and now he's mad at me for using AI. But in every video for the last 6 months, he's been showing AI images of me, like wearing a fucking pea suit or what. I don't know what the fuck those are, but he's using AI on me. And the double think, the double talk is incredible with these guys. And now they're building an app to take me down. Good luck with that. Good luck. Oh, that's what they said. They're building an app now. I mean, they're literally, their goal is to take down the guy that's waking up the most number of people. And I think I heard you say,
who's building an app now? Because isn't Vlad building an app? Like all the Flerfs are building an app?
Might have misheard it just a moment ago that I called myself the king. I never called myself the king.
Wait, I never.
Did you say that?
Oh my gosh. I bet he has. There's a utility that you can use. I doubt he said it like on his channel, but if anybody can find him saying that, that'd be great.
Did I mishear it?
You never heard me say that?
No, I just literally just before I called in that you said my reign or my king, or maybe I just heard it wrong.
No. I was talking about freaking oregano and damn oregano and freaking and garlic when you eat it. That's all.
I absolutely no. That's it. And then also think about this double talk. Now the thing with Dr. Shiva that I brought Dr. Shiva on the scene. I brought him on the scene because he wanted to talk about flat Earth. Some other user that's probably in your chat is the one that connected me with Dr. Shiva. I got him on an interview. He wouldn't listen to anything. He was horrible. I couldn't wait for it to be over. He came up with this grandiose plan of 20 flat earthers flying to friggin' Canada. I'm like, you can't get 20 flat earthers.
Not Canada. Cambridge is not in Canada, Dave. Oh my goodness.
Just to click the like button on the stream that they're watching, right? And I couldn't wait for it to be over. Then the MCToon gets involved. The whole thing changes. I go, I'm out, right? And so then Vika, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, whenever it was, accuses me, oh, Dave Weiss steps out, like, because he's setting us up. So I'm the bad guy for stepping out. But then
no, Dave, you're just a chicken for stepping out. You agreed to it and then you backed out. Anyway, people, that is happening this coming Saturday on Dr. Shiva's channel. So you'll probably, definitely, absolutely, certainly want to join in because some of the people you know will be there.
Last night, JJ says, oh, no, this thing is good because anybody that steps out, we can see that they're good, and anybody that's involved, we can see that they're bad. So the double talk, the double think is incredible. Incredible.
Steps out of what?
Disassociates himself with the Shiva thing. And that's what.
Oh, that's right. The purest flat earthers now are like, if you ever engage with somebody that's not a perfect flat earther, that's like the in crowd of flat earthers according to them, right? This super narrow little slice of flat earth. You can't engage with anybody outside that, or you're a demon. You're a demon. You can't do deals with them.
What I did as soon as MCToon got involved, I disassociated myself.
Oh, he got involved with the Dr. Shiva project.
It seems that way, yes.
Confirmed.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot more questions. I have a lot more questions.
Go ahead, ask me. I'll answer any questions you want. Go ahead.
I don't have the freaking video on me, and it's time for us to shut down the shop because Sav is on actually right now. But this is all some interesting stuff.
Let me ask you a question. The scenario of my meeting Duffy, where he came up, he took the picture of me. Some guy emailed me, said I want to debate the guy. I said I couldn't do the debate. I set up Austin to do the debate because honestly, if I was going to debate Duffy or Austin was going to debate Duffy, wouldn't you rather Austin do it? Pre-TFE, of course.
Before the final experiment?
Yes. Before, okay.
Yes.
So that's fine. That's fine. But this is all before the final experiment, right? There's so many people. I know it's embarrassing for me. I go places and I'm like, and I'm trying to like Dave, we talked, we're on email, we met here. Like, there's too many people coming in and out of my life. I forget people. It's incredible. And it's not because I'm fucking old. It's because you can only take in a certain number of names a day. And I get hundreds and hundreds. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying my explanation is perfect. You know why it's perfect? Because that's how it happened.
Motor Boner 69. Yes.
Happened. And if you can't accept that, man, I'll, and by the way, you have the right to say anything you want on any show. Feel free. But you're going to hear it from me if it's complete and total lies about me, and I happen to hear it. So there you go.
Okay, I got you.
All right. Now, I'll let you shut down.
Thank you, man. And thank you for coming on at the last second for this. Now, I'm going to have more questions for you if you don't mind.
Well, you want to ask me now? You have a question? All right, well.
Not tonight.
Okay. When I don't have time, like you want to do it and then I can't do it, you can't go out and say, oh, look, he doesn't want to come on. He's hiding something. I mean, you guys are unbearable. I'm sorry.
When does he breathe? Potatoes have a different breathing system.
unbearable to me. Unbearable to me.
Saying. But Dave, at the same time, I'm saying maybe he can explain. So my thing is, I'm trying to give you an opportunity.
I explained it. What do you think of my explanation?
Well, I have more questions.
What do you think about it? What do you think about it? My explanation.
Dave, and here's the thing: you're not going to back me into a corner to give you an answer right now, a full answer right now. What I'm saying, Dave, is that it's going to take some time for me to go over that freaking tape again with MCToon. And listen, I can't just take your word for it just now, right? Are you kidding me? I can't just do that. So I have to listen.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Vlad, I'll send you what I have. Just email me, MCToon at MCToon.net. You'll have it all.
Let's say you're getting verified by other people.
Dave, you got to speak. You got to talk. It's my turn to talk, right? Okay, that's fair, right? Okay, so I have to review the tape, and I have to compare your apples to their apples. I have to compare your oranges to their oranges.
Feel free.
I think that's fair.
Feel free.
I think that's fair. I can't just sit there and I'm going to take your word for it, Dave. That's it.
Monkey Cat Pat Pat. Dave isn't complaining about having these people know him. He's bragging. Oh yeah, he thinks he's the king of flat Earth
because it's MCToon. That's not how it works. And my thing is to give you an opportunity to talk because that's what we do here. And it's not like, I'm just fuck Dave and then that's it. No,
right,
I gave
dude,
you an opportunity.
It's all right. I gave you my story. That's it. I'm not giving you any more energy. I'm going out there to wake up more people. And you guys can keep doing what you're doing.
You got it.
All right.
You take care.
By wake up more people, he means grift.
So there you have it. He gave an explanation. He gave his side. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to.
All right. That's enough. Yes, you may have figured it out. On Saturday, I will be on the panel with Dr. Shiva. As well, I'm sure you've heard Mr. Unfornicated Dan O will be there as well. I don't know if the other people participating hasn't been announced yet, so I won't spill any of that yet, but that is forthcoming. Starting at 10 a.m. Central Time on Saturday on Shiva's channel. I will not be live streaming it at the same time on my channel. That's because I will be in Chicago. And in Chicago, I will get there on Friday, and then I'm going to go eat with a friend, a long-term friend, a friend of mine that's been a friend for 7 years about, but I've never met in person yet. I will be meeting this person IRL on Friday, and we're going to do some stuff. And then at 8 o'clock on Friday, this person that I have known for 7 years, and many of you people know as well, we are going to be meeting. We're going to head on over to, let me get this ready here for you. We're going to be heading over to this place, Brando's Chicago Loop Karaoke Bar and Cocktail Lounge at 8 p.m. Central Time in Chicago this Friday. That will be myself and my friend that I've never yet met in person for 7 years. That would be Craig McNeil will be there. So if you want to be at a meetup and you want to meet Craig in person, and I'll be there too. But if you want to meet Craig in person, Chicago, this is the place. I'm going to put out more details so people can look it up. But it's going to be 8 p.m. Brando's Chicago Loop in Chicago downtown. So I know it's a little like if nobody people live there, but like if you're in the Chicagoland area, that might be a little bit of a hike for you. I understand. It's okay. Nobody needs to come. Like there's a group of us, the people that are with us. If nobody comes, that just for the meetup, that's fine. We'll have a great time no matter what. There's a group of us coming. I know it's short notice too. So anyway. Anyway, so that's going to happen. That's going to happen this coming Friday. More details I'll publish later tonight. So anyway, that's exciting. I'm super excited. He's coming into town, flying into Chicago, and then we'll be in the States until the next weekend for DebateCon in Tennessee. So I won't be at DebateCon, but I will be at Chicago this weekend. So Deadpool says Toon should dress like a 1930s gangster and have a Chicago typewriter. Nice. The Real Cygnus says if you go down there, you'd better just be with a man named Leroy Brown. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and Rubik's will be there, by the way. Rubik's, who's in the chat right now, Rubik's will be there. Rubik's is organizing much of this. So, Bruce Wayne says it'd take me about 30 hours to drive to Chicago. Well, then that might not be the place. Anyway, I have, you can't see it on the screen here, but I have pinned the link. It's not just for Vlad. I'll put that here. There it is. The link to join live. Spell link correctly. I'm going to pin that. So replace pin message. There we go. Unfornicated says, I will stream the Shiva call on Saturday if people want to tune in, or they can go to Shiva's channel. There you go. Yeah, normally I would stream it, but I can. I don't know. I can through StreamYard or Restream. I can do it through Restream. So anyway, so what else? We got a bunch. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on tonight. Let me read a couple things. It's a Rubik's who's been a member for 31 months. Says, are you ready to party this weekend? Time flies. It does. I'm ready. I'm ready to rock this weekend. So we are going to have some Gino's East pizza. Gino's East, not Giordano's, Gino's East, the best pizza, my favorite. I love it. If you've never been there, the sausage pizza is the best. There is one piece of sausage on the pizza. It is the size of the pizza, like 1/4 of an inch thick. So it's amazing. I love it. Jim Daniels, Jack's brother, says, I hope we get to phone a Flerf tonight. Hip yeah. Oh yeah, that's on the schedule. Calder V says, Dirth is still crying. Yes, the poor baby. He can feel the grift just trickling away from his potato skins. Jack Fetter says, none of this is valid unless you can produce the receipt from the socks you purchased to go to Antarctica. And I said it to him. I have the receipt. Like, I kept all of the receipts for everything that I did for the trip to Antarctica. So, in fact, if you want, you can probably just go to mctoon.net/TFE and the receipts on there, I think, on the finance page. Shedzy49 says, Dave's a real chip off the old block. Chip, you see potato chip? Yes, there you go. Icy Spin says, uh-oh, Davy Pooh, why do you lie? Why do you lie? You know, sometimes you gotta look the potato of injustice right in the eyes. If you know what that's from, you're my friend. Shedzy49 says, Dave is just a half-baked Flerf. Mr. E-Man sent five memberships. Thank you very much, Mr. E-Man. And then Roger that said Vlad's email address is in DMs. Ooh, there we go. I will send it along to Vlad. So thank you for that, Roger that. Tim Davis says, Dave is the duckiest ducking ducker to ducking duck himself. I ducking hat, correct. I ducking hat, autocorrect. There you go. Bruce Wayne, if you plan to come to Atlanta, let me know. I have nothing on the schedule for Atlanta, but I will be in Pensacola again coming February. And you know who's there? Rhonda. Rhonda wants to have another debate, but she just wants to do it on TikTok. It's difficult to restream TikTok here. I have to pull it up on my phone, and then like stream from my phone to my computer, then have my computer pick it up, or I just pull up the stream on TikTok and play it there. Either way, it's a bit of a challenge. So I'm not certain which way I like best. I like neither of them. So is Dimmock here? Oh, I don't see him. Is he here? That's amazing. He's such a derp. Tim Davidson says 22-hour drive and 16 of that is just Texas. Well, yeah, Pensacola's a little closer, but yes, we do. All right, so the nobody has yet asked to join the live stream and present their flat Earth proofs. Apparently, there is none. That's what I'm getting. Brenda Creates says Dave is half baked, Vlad is fully baked. Thank you. Okay. Okay, where is, oh, you know what? I have top chat selected. I got to go to, why doesn't it just default to, what happened? Did I bumped the right click on accident. Let me see if it's, weird. It won't pick the, won't let me go to full chat. I don't know what's up with that. I can do it here. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, where is Dim? The dim one. Dick Wayne is here. Hello, Dick Wayne. Dim says, what element is a bubble? What element is a bubble? He said. A bubble, there it is. A bubble is not an element. It's oh my gosh. No. Too stupid. He's too stupid. Anyway, have you recovered from the Moscow Mule yet? Just barely. Maybe at Brando's I can order one that has a little better ratio, because that one, the ratio is way off. I gotta tell you. Whoever made it sucks at making them. Okay. Flatzoid. So, I published yesterday. I was in my YouTube studio. I was looking at stuff, and I saw, oh, my top uploaded video is unlisted. And I'm like, oh, why is it unlisted? Is it an accident? Oh, it's Flatzoid going full Oakley. And I'm like, oh, I should just make that live quick. That was the process. I'd had it up there for 2 months maybe. And so I did that, and Flatzoid didn't like it. He got super triggered that I published a video of him yelling at his kids in a very harsh way. And saying that there's a title going full Oakley. And so now, what does full Oakley mean? Well, Flatzoid made it very clear what Flatzoid thinks it means to go full Oakley on someone. He said it in his live stream. In his live stream, he said that going full Oakley means abusing your children. So, and Flatzoid was denying that he was doing that. So Flatzoid was denying that he was abusing his children. Set that aside for a minute. Flatzoid, in Flatzoid's mind, going full Oakley on your kids means abusing them. And I think a lot of people might agree with that. It's very telling that he declared that to be the case. At least that was my take on that. My take on that. Anyway, so he did do a copyright infringement claim on that video. My copy of it was just a pure lift from his video, so it is not fair use. I agree. So it's not on my channel anymore. But there's a little thing called the Streisand effect. And if you would like to participate in the Streisand effect of that video, the invitation goes out to everyone to take that video and make it your own. Do something to it that is transformative, that is satire, comedy, educational. In some way, make it different, because then that is completely within the bounds of fair use. So I think it would be really, you know, it's basically craft time for everybody. If you have what it takes to do a little modification of it, I would be happy to give you the link to the original. Some people have done some updates on the audio to make it a little more clear. So what you do, you jump on my Discord server, and some people there can, you know, you can all like get together and do craft time together. It'd be pretty cool. So if anybody wants to do that, so, ooh, Max has sent me the translation. All right. You can stream to TikTok from a computer with TikTok Studio. I know that, Max, but I'm on a Mac and I'm not about to fire up Windows. Let's see. We've got the translation of what Flatzoid said. He does sound flaunt, so can't mock him there. Give me flashbacks to my dad in the 90s, but it was a little piece of crap, to be fair. He's trying to stop kids, maybe hopefully dogs, from doing something. He said, no, what the hell's going on? What the F? Stop doing your /this stuff. That bit does not translate too well. I don't give an effing F anymore. Wow. That's pretty strong words there, Fakatzoid. Anyway, if you would like to participate in craft time, here's what I will what we can do. Anybody that wants to can participate. It's not just craft time. Remember, it's Streisand effect time. We've got the flerf.info for Flatzoid. A very nice page here. And right there, under statements, going full Oakley, this is a link to, I won't play it, Hyper Mega Tech Vlog. And yeah, you have to, I don't know why you have to do that. Anyway, so there is one such video. And if you'd like to participate, you can we'll just get them all right on here. It'll be good. A group project, a lot of fun to be had. I've seen people take, there's a leader from the 40s. He was Austrian, moved to Germany, he did some stuff. Anyway, somebody took the yelling from Fakatzoid, overlaid the video from that Austrian German guy. Just should go on there. We definitely needs to put it on there. Anyway, so there you go, people. That is community craft time and Streisand effect. So jump on my Discord server if you want, and people there can give you a little bit of help. Okay. I'm going to the link is up there for Flerfs to join, but Jay Donachie is here and he'd like to join. So I'll let him join quick, but it really is for flatties. That's the point. So Jay, if you want to pop in, you can say hi. Hello.
Wow. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I didn't know it was I thought it was for like other people too.
No, it's yeah. That's the idea, is to
you used the globe mug last time, and then you used the barrel mug this time. That's cool.
This is the Donkey Kong one. I love it.
Donkey Kong one. Yeah, that's cool. I see that you got the green screen on him, so you're reworking the room, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Redoing the room.
That's cool.
Yep. So anyway, yeah.
Do you know? Can you share stuff on your? Can I share stuff from my computer on my tablet?
Yeah. If you want, give it a shot.
How do you do it? You just go to.
I've never done it with a tablet before, so
Why I back out of this or something?
I don't know. There's probably a button somewhere that you can like pick.
Oops.
Like
That just canceled me.
yeah.
Well, I know there's a share screen before I come online with you, because I've seen that.
Yeah.
I'll do it some other time, but I was going to show you the globe, the original globe I had, which was really cool. It actually had topography on it. It had the Rocky Mountains.
Oh.
It actually had a little crack for the Mississippi. And they gave me this. They sent me that one. Can you believe that? It was like what the heck? This wasn't what I bought, But it was still cool. I mean,
That's cool.
Well, I'll try and do that later on. I'll let you go because you do your Flerf thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Cool. All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. I posted on X and on Facebook an invitation for Flatties to come in. And if they can't come in, if they can't present evidence, then they can, just if they don't have any evidence, then they should just, not show up. And they've done that. They've faithfully not shown up, which tells me they don't have any evidence. So DMOC wants to join. Well, DMOC, the link is there. Right there. The link is right there. And DMOC, this would be your chance. That's so funny. Like I almost like just saying what I'm about to say is so funny. DMOC, this is your chance to present evidence for Flat Earth. I got through it. I said it. Anyway, so yeah, just the link is right up there. Just grab that link and then you can come in and then you can do that thing that you we all know you won't be able to do. So it's going to be amazing. It will. But in the meantime, do you know, somebody has done a little bit of extra research on a certain lawsuit filed in Canada, maybe against the Canadian Space Agency, maybe not against maybe it was against, I don't know. It's a little unclear. But what we can do is we can call up this person and see.
What time is it? It's time to phone a friend.
Phoning a Flerf right now. That's one ringy dingy. That's two. That's three. Oh, come on. Come on, Mikey. He might be taking a bath with his rubber ducky. Have I ever told where I got the Phone-a-Fleur? The Phone-a-Fleur video I got. There's a YouTube channel where the guy like teaches strangers how to disco dance. And so these apparently was two strangers that he got to dance on his channel. Like he taught like these just basic moves and that was it. So yeah, that's why I did it. Like the guy's super corny and I'm like, that's perfect for this song. So anyway, no answer from Mikey. So, yeah, I hope he calls back. Come on, Mikey. People want to know. People are super curious. So, all right, let me check Let me see if Dimmock is here. No Dimmock. Why no Dimmock? So, oh my goodness, we got icy spin. I see. All right. Vlad has not joined, even though he has received it. Okay. He wants you to put the link in chat. Look, Dimmock, if you're not smart enough to look where the pinned comment is, then you're not tall enough to ride. Right? Yep. Anyway, he seriously, he can't. I can't. He's too dumb to put. Oh, that is so Dimmock, so perfectly Dimmock in every possible way. So, all right. Let's pull up. So, in the meantime, while the flatties are running scared, the flat earthers are scared. They know there is no evidence for flat Earth. They know it. Every single flat earther knows there's no evidence for flat Earth. And here's what's interesting. They like to say, well, this other flat earther, he really knows this stuff. And you should totally talk to him because he'll totally know all of these things. But, you know, Flat Earth Dave or Witsbit or whoever, but they don't. What's happened is the Papa Flerfs have fooled the sheep Flerf kind to think that the Papa Flerfs actually are smart and actually know how to answer things for flat Earth. But very simple, no flat earther can explain how high the sun is. They have no answer for how high the sun is. They're all absolutely certain that the sun is above flat Earth doing circles above it. They're all certain of that. But how high is it? They don't know. The poor Flerfs. But they don't, they're like, oh, well, you know, I should, maybe you should talk to somebody else about it. This other person. They can answer all these questions. So yeah, I know Dimmack is still here, but like, I can't force Dimmack to click the link that's in the chat. I can't force him. I can't go to his house and grab his grubby finger where his finger actually is looks like a sausage, you know, and then tap the phone screen for him because he's certainly not on a computer. I can't do that. You know, and until he does it all by his big self, you know, or maybe asks a big person to help him. So, 1/n² says, what's more brave, your 3-leg flight connection to Antarctica or a non-expert debating on modern day debate asking for a friend? Well, it's just flights. Flights isn't that challenging. I don't think that's very brave to just take some flights. The 3, yeah, whatever. So, okay. So let's see if this comes up here. If I do this, yes. All right, here we go. So in the meantime, flat earthers, many of them, and the ones who that aren't the top guys, that aren't actually talking and interacting on Discord or whatever, the ones that are monetized on X, monetized on Facebook Reels, those people intentionally deceive people for money. That's what they're doing. They are on purpose lying so that they can get more money in their their account on those platforms. And not all of them, but many of them are. So here is, I'm going to give you this one right here. So here is Keat, whoever Keat is. Now this, if you look at this meme right here, this meme really shows the absolute depth of how vacuous flat earthers are. This says debunking the Earth curve, right? 60 miles from Indiana State Park to the Chicago skyline. Now, flat earthers will never do their own research. That's why they're flat earthers. They won't do their own research. There is no point on the lake shore of Lake Michigan within the boundaries of Indiana that is 60 miles from Chicago. The farthest you can go is right around 40. Right around 40. That's the farthest you can go in Indiana. In order to get 60 miles away from Chicago, you have to go significantly into Michigan. But right there, that very first thing there says 60 miles from Indiana State Park to the Chicago skyline. That is a lie. The person that made this meme lied. The people that repost this meme are gullible, ignorant sheep, because that's simply not true. Then it says 20,446 feet of missing ball earth curvature, surface of water is level, i.e. flat. Now, that photo is not from 60 miles away. I'm not certain exactly how far it is away, but it's significantly less than 60, number one. Number two, the bottom of Chicago is missing. You can see, especially over on the left side, there's a whole bunch of buildings with gaps between them. That is 100% proof that the Earth is a globe and is not. Right there. So number two, this has debunked flat Earth. This is the first law of Flerf. Now, if you look at the bottom there, the bottom part of it, how long does it say that distance is on the bottom? It says it's 16.7 kilometers. Now, I understand that flat earthers are really stupid. Really incredibly, very, very stupid. And that they couldn't even begin to fathom how to convert from meters to kilometers, right? They don't even know that. But they certainly can't convert between miles and kilometers. And so where it says on the top 60 miles, then on the bottom it says 16.7 kilometers, that's very wrong. In fact, 60 miles is about 100 kilometers. So the diagram on the bottom is wrong. It has nothing to do with the top part. So every single part of this meme is a lie, is wrong. And the flat earther that posted it either knows it and is happy lying, or is so incredibly gullible that they just post it anyway. So that's what Keat is there. So I will put, if you want to go in there and just, this is the problem. They just keep doing this. And the media enables this kind of activity. You can go in there, you can click on that, and you can just point out that they are lying. A lot of people have already. So now this one here by Brock Riddick, fire requires oxygen. Let that sink in. And then a picture of the sun, which if you successfully completed elementary school, you know that the sun is not made of fire. It's not fire requiring oxygen. It's plasma. It's a nuclear reaction. It's fusion. It's not fire. This showcases, again, either that flat earthers are really stupid, right? And it's not an insult to say they're stupid. This is proving they're stupid, okay? Or they know it, and they are posting this stuff here so that they can intentionally deceive people. That's what they're doing, right? One of those two things. I don't know, maybe there's some other thing that they could be doing, but that's what I think they're doing. Either so incredibly stupid that they don't understand that the sun is not a, fire that needs oxygen, or they know it and they're intentionally deceiving people. Because if you know that, why would you post it? To deceive people. That's why. This is a common issue. So, all right, let's go. I got another one. We've got this one here, again from Keat, saying the horizon always rises to eye level. Impossible if the Earth were a sphere. That's correct. It would be impossible if the Earth were a sphere. I 100% agree. Now, what you'd want to do then is you'd want to provide some measurements of the horizon, right? That would make sense, right? But instead, they didn't do that. All right, so let's go back here. So here it is. I'll remind you once again. This is the claim, and you see there is nothing here showing the horizon measurement. Nowhere. But of course, I have assembled a listing of places. So this should be embarrassing for flat earthers. Other flat earthers really, if they care about truth, they would definitely want to jump in and say, hey, Keat, why are you saying that? You're lying. It makes flat earthers look bad. But flat earthers don't do that. Flat earthers never go to other flat earthers who are blatantly lying or over the top getting something wrong. They never say, hey, how about you stop doing that? You make flat earthers look bad. They never do that. Anyway, here it is. There's a photograph I took right here, right there. To my very self. The horizon is down here, right? Here is the moon and this line here. That's eye level. The horizon did not rise to eye level. Here's D Wolfman 54. Here's Tiny Captain. Thank you, Tiny Captain. Here's from BK. Here's from Tyler the Pilot. This is a pretty good one here, right? Look at that. There's a gap. And how much is the gap? Oh, you can read that right there. You can, it's right there. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, or it's a 2.5, something like that. It's not super crisp horizon there, so you can't get super precise on it. It's at 36,000 feet. We've got this one here. This is a pretty good one, 35,000 feet. So this is a dip of 4.8 degrees. There you go. So anyway, it definitely does not rise to eye level. So Earth is not a planet in the chat. Hey, Earth is not a planet. Why do you not call up other flat earthers and challenge them when they lie? Why do you not call them up on that? Earth is not a planet. Here's the thing. A lot of flat earthers like this Earth is not a planet. I don't think he's a real flat earther, right? He's got an opportunity to come up in here and, maybe he could come up and say, you know what? He could apologize on behalf of his fellow flat earthers that lie. Right? That might be a little bit of a cool thing to do. I don't know. I'm a little not convinced that they give a rip at all. Anyway, so this was posted November 3rd. Okay, yesterday. Okay. And this one, same person, posted today, one day later. Now, yesterday, if you read the comments here, people tore this loser up, posted measurements of the horizon not rising to eye level yesterday. Tore this guy up yesterday. Today, posts the same claim in a different meme. This flat earthers love to lie. Flat earthers love to lie. Yesterday, claimed it got tore up, got set straight. Today posts the same thing. Today posts the same thing. They don't, you don't get to claim any sort of religion, Flatties, because religions don't accept lying, right? Well, also Abrahamic religions, they say, nope, you don't get to lie. That's not what you're supposed to do, right? But how many Flatties are followers of Abrahamic religions? Well, a large number of them. And is Keat? Probably. That's my guess. I don't know. But there you go. Got a lie to Flerf. Here's another one. This guy is monetized. He has purchased, we think, followers on X. He gets very little engagement from his many thousands of subscribers or followers. So anyway, this lie here, how stars appear in real life, but they don't. I've covered this before. It's over here, but I have an actual plastic dome, and I've put stars on the inside of it. You can do this yourself. You can put a camera inside, then you can rotate the dome. The stars on the perimeter, the ones that would be to the south, those stars move sideways. But in reality, in real life, when you go to the southern hemisphere and look south, the stars don't go sideways. They circle around a single point. So the very first top left of this meme is a lie. That's not how they act in real life. And it does show Polaris, but it doesn't show the South Celestial Pole. Anyway, then in the bottom right, it's got this how stars would appear in the globe theory. And how did they take the globe theory and produce those squiggly lines? They didn't. This is once again a blatant lie. No flat earther took the globe theory. Nobody took the ephemeris for the globe and applied the geometry and said, here is the actual globe prediction. They did not do that. Yet they're claiming that's what you'd see. They lie. Flat earthers lie. That's what they do. Why are other flat earthers happy to let them lie? Because other flat earthers don't mind lying. They're happy to let other flat earthers lie, and they won't call them up on it. One over n squared. Terry Tao, Eratosthenes, Copernicus, Galileo. Where do you place yourself in this pantheon? I am nowhere in the vicinity of any of them. They are significantly all way beyond me. I'm just down here, way down at the bottom. I don't know. I guess thanks for the question. Let's see here. Jack Fetter says, you looked like you got roughed last show. You okay? I am okay. I don't know. I had too much gray duck. Jim Daniels says, gravity doesn't stop at the waterline. Just ask any scuba diver. That's true. Yeah, it keeps going. But there's other forces involved. Flat earthers don't understand other forces. 1 over n squared. How much longer do you think you'll be able to work the flat earth grift? Well, as long as there's flat earthers that are still trying to lie to people, I suppose I can keep going. I'll keep going on this for a while. It's entertaining. It's fun. I have a bit of a background in it, and so I have the knowledge and the skill set and the library all ready to go. So, I got all these books up here, right? I got all those books. I haven't read them mostly. When I get it, I'll leaf through it. But Hugh Jar says, I gave Keat the Zoom link, but he's far too scared. Of course. Keat is a pathological liar. Oh, this is when Dearth was on. flat earthers, they you know, it's sometimes you're like, wow, how do they not know that they're lying? And the way is, it's a mental issue. Pathological liars believe their own lies. Dearth believes his own lie. And then when he gets caught in a lie, what do? They tell another lie to cover up the previous lie. And so that guy needs to go in, right? Whoever is lying and has this pattern of lying, they need to always go in. Whenever somebody finds out their lie, they need to go in and patch up the hole. So that's why he went on Vlad's tonight. That's why Dearth went on Vlad's tonight. Because last time when he was on talking about that no uncertain terms declaring that he didn't have anything to do with the debate between Will and Austin. And he was not traveling, right? He had to cover up his lie with another lie. And they get to believing it. Jaron messaged me after that stream last week. He's like, because Jaron's like, I was there. I knew when he said it that he was lying. He definitely set up the debate between Will and Austin. Why did he do that? And Jaron's like, he believes his own lies. I'm like, yes, you got it, Jaron. Flat earthers do that. Witsit believes his own lies. Dearth believes in his own lies. They do. All right. 1/n² says, how is using Java 8 in 2025 different than believing in flat earth? That's funny. Why are you saying that even? Oh my gosh. So that's funny. I don't know where you're going with that. Java 8 is still supported by Sun Oracle. And I don't know why it's an issue for you. Jay Donachie says, you cut out when you explaining gaps in the building. You said that definitely proves this is a globe, but not flat. Got cut out, so I would repeat. Oh, gaps in the building. Oh, yeah. I can do that. So there it is. Okay. So on this meme here, the Chicago skyline, you see that there? I can zoom in a little. On the left side, you can see these buildings here. See this building here? Little gap, a little blurry building here. Bigger gap, building, bigger gap, building, little gap, building, big gap, building, right? There are buildings here, but you don't see them. You don't see these buildings. Where are they? If the earth is flat, there's nothing between you and those buildings. You have a straight line of sight. They don't even accept that light refracts. So what is blocking? The flatness can't get between you and those buildings because the flatness is below you and below the buildings. It's not in the way. Right. And so the rest of the skyline, you can't see the details very easily to know what's missing. But there's stuff missing if you know. Especially on the north side, you can see up here, this is the John Hancock building. This building here, and then off this direction here, Lakeshore Drive continues right along the shore. You don't see it. You don't see it. It's not there. There's all along here are boats docked out there. Navy Pier is right in this vicinity here. You don't see it. Everything's missing. There's a bunch of parks along here. There's that, if you've watched the TV show Married with Children, at the very beginning of the show, they show a fountain, a big giant water fountain. That's right along in here. Now, it's not really high, but you don't see it, and you don't see the things immediately above it, right? There's a bunch missing. So anyway, that's what I was saying with the gaps. There's stuff missing. So, all right. All right. Earth is not a planet. Come on, buddy. Where are you going? I don't see you. I don't see you in here. My Zoom is just waiting for you. Where's it at? Are you happy? I got to ask this. Earth is not a planet. Are you happy that these flat earthers are blatantly lying? Are you okay with that? Like, you're just fine with that. That's what I'm getting. That's the message that you're sending me. Is that you don't mind that flat earthers lie and intentionally deceive people for flat earth. You think that's fine. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. So, all right. I got a couple more. These things are, if you've been around flat earth for any amount of time, you'll know these things are lies. Like this one right here. This enclosed flat earth. It says explorer Captain Cook's logs from 1770s. Cook attempted to circumnavigate Antarctica, traveled 60,000 miles without finding an edge. The globe's circumference at that latitude should be 12,000 miles. He was tracing the perimeter of the enclosure. Now, the lie here, and again, either intentionally lying or, and this is worse in some ways, gullible sheep. Captain Cook's voyages were 3 voyages, not 1. They did not start in the southern hemisphere, like at one point of Antarctica, went 60,000 miles around the perimeter. That's not what they did. He started in England, went south to the southern hemisphere, meandered all over the place, came back up to England 3 times. Flat earthers lie and say it was 1 voyage and it didn't start in England. Right? This is a lie. Flat earthers lie. That's what they do. They have to lie because flat earth is a lie. All right. And no flat earthers. Call them up on it. You go look at that tweet. I'll put it in here. You go look at that tweet. Where are the flat earthers saying, hey, flat and closed, you are making flat earthers look like lying scum. Why are you lying? None of them are doing that. They should say, wait a second. Right now, when I see globers make mistakes, when I see them post barrel distortion lenses and say, here's proof of the curve, right? As often as possible, I will mention, I'll go to them and say, hey, that isn't correct. That's barrel distortion. You don't want to use that particular one. And then I'll send them a good one. I'll say, here's one that has no barrel distortion and shows the curvature. It shows curve above, below, and at the center frame, the same amount, same direction. They're like, oh, thanks. And then they're glad to be corrected on it. I've seen people claim that Coriolis is sinks going around. Like you can see sinks going around like on the north, just immediately north and just immediately south of the equator. It's a parlor trick that they do to make money in Africa. Coriolis is minimized at the equator and it's super small. Like they're like 20 feet, 30 feet away from each other. It's how they pour the water into that basin. That's how they do it. In order to get stronger Coriolis, you need to go farther north and farther south. The farther you go, the better, because it's maximized at the poles. So when people say that, I'll say, hey, that's not evidence. That's completely wrong. The actual evidence for Coriolis that if you want to point to is hurricanes. This is critical. Hurricanes rotate opposite directions, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. And that's because of Coriolis. Explain why in a second. And when they get near the equator, if they start headed towards the equator, they dissipate. So here's how it works. You've got a warm spot. Just start with a warm spot on the water, right? And that warm spot causes the air to warm up, and then because it's warmer, convection will make it move up. So it moves up, okay? And then that reduces the pressure there. And then so the air nearby comes in from the sides to fill where the warm air was. It displaces it, right? When that air is moving over the course of many, many miles, Coriolis affects it. And so causes that air, while it's going toward the middle of it, to rotate. And the faster the air moves up, because the warmer it is, the more Coriolis effect happens. And so then that causes the hurricane. Right? Now, the direction north and south of the equator is opposite. So in the northern hemisphere, it goes one direction. Southern hemisphere goes the other direction. That's due to Coriolis. Flat Earth has no explanation for it. Bob Nodell tried to provide an answer for it. Bob Nodell, again, lied a lot, claimed he was an electrical engineer. He wasn't an electrical engineer. He was an electronic something. Maybe you could say engineer. I don't think that would be the proper term. He did not get an electrical engineering degree. He did not take the calculus. He did not take the physics, the chemistry, the mechanical engineering that you do. He didn't go through all the high-end math to do all of the things necessary to be an electrical engineer. He did not do that. He has a basic understanding of electronics. What he claimed is that there is a electromagnetic vortexes. I forgot the word that he said. Anyway, and so they'll take a pool, right? A very calm swimming pool, and they'll take like a plate on one side, and they'll move it, and then they'll cause these vortexes to go along either side and move across that pool. They'll say that's what's happening. It's not toroidal field. Nathan Thompson got himself in trouble for parroting this term, and we picked on him forever. I'm forgetting the term. Anyway, so electromagnetic wake. That's what he said. Bob Nodell said it was an electromagnetic wake. So he says the sun causes an electromagnetic wake like that plate does going through water, right? Causing the little spirals on either side of it, going in opposite directions. But the sun, number one, isn't close. If it were close, you'd know, right? If it was putting out some sort of an electromagnetic field, you'd be able to measure it when it's nearby and not measure it when it's not far. But he says that's what causes hurricanes to go opposite directions, north and south. But the sun isn't always just over the equator. If that were the case, then the hurricane typhoon dividing line would shift with the seasons over the dirt pizza, but it doesn't do that. It's always just the equator. Always just the equator. So it can't be an electromagnetic wake. Plus, you'd be able to measure the electromagnetics. Plus, electromagnetism doesn't do that to air like that. It's like there's no such thing as an actual electromagnetic wake like the water has with that plate going through it. That's not how electromagnetism does things. So you just made stuff up, and then Nathan Thompson parroted that in a debate. So this is a question. How do hurricanes work on flat Earth? If the Earth isn't moving, what causes them to rotate in opposite directions? And they'll say, oh, it's the wind. Yes. What causes the wind to do that? You can't say the wind causes the wind to do it. Hurricanes are wind. Okay. The wind causes the wind to do that. How very circular. It's a hurricane. Circular. Get what I did? Yes, Sir Little Wolf. I see that Dim Mac is in the house, and there's a link so that Dim Mac can join in. It's right up here, right? You can't see it on this screen, right? I don't have it set up right, but it's up there. And then he can click it, and then he can join. You know what? I can make it so it's visible. Just a second. I'll do that. It's not working. There it is. It's right there. There, Dimek, click that with your super woke truth. All right. That's weird that it did it that way. Gotta fix it. All right. There you go, Dimek. Go right ahead. And Earth is not a planet. Earth is not a planet. Oh, see, flat earthers, they're a pathetic bunch. A very pathetic bunch. Okay, I'm almost done with these. I got 2 left. 2 left of these very pathetic tweets from the flatlings. Okay, this one from Rest in Peace Globe, again, a guy that is monetized, so he's doing this for money. He's lying for money, and so he posts this little portion of a video. Now, does he link to the source video? Of course not, because if you did have the source video, you would see that it's a lens that has a large amount of barrel distortion. And furthermore, I'm pretty sure that this is left to right cropped. It's cropped so that you can't see the edges, because when you get the barrel distorting lenses at 120,000 feet, if the horizon is slightly below the center of frame, it's my Zoom call is about to end because nobody's shown up, because flat earthers are chicken. You only get 40 minutes of people not being there. Where'd it go? Where's the Zoom call? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, it ended it already. All right. I'll make a new one, and I'll have to pin that new one. Here we go. Just a second, people. So that the gullible, lie-loving flat earthers there you go. You can come in and defend the flat earth lie. There it is. Or just let it go, right? If you are happy, flat earthers, if you are happy with the lies that flat earthers tell, then don't come in. Just acknowledge to all of us. Anyway, so if you want, you go to my website, mctoon.net/Dwayne Cullum. You can get a video taken with a lens that has no discernible barrel distortion, the Sony FE 1.8 lens. And you can see above, below, and at the center frame, the horizon curves the same amount. But this flat earther, they know that these videos exist, but this flat earther, he doesn't care. He wants to deceive people for money. Flat earthers deceive people for money. Not all of them. Some do. This one does. Absolutely. And one more. This is from the thumbnail right here. I often get asked why I push flat earth so hard. The short answer is because once one realizes the truth about the earth, then no one can see how great the deception the whole earth is under. It is at the point that the false narrative falls apart and their system of control crumbles. It is truly like unplugging from the Matrix. Your flat earth friends aren't crazy, they're trying to help you. The heliocentric model is the foundation of the great deception. The irony, because this is a lie. I proved it's a lie. I went to Antarctica. I went to the outer perimeter of this dirt pizza here. Went to the outer perimeter of it. and I looked south and I saw the sun south, away from the center. And it wasn't reflected, wasn't flipped, wasn't mirrored. So it can't be a reflection off the dome. Also didn't see the sun to the north, where this model says it would be to the north. Now this is what's amazing. We look right here. It self-debunks. You've got right here, it's hard to read because, low quality, says seeing both the sun and moon at the same time. So this observer right here is seeing both the sun and the moon at the same time, right? And the sun and moon are on opposite sides of the dirt pizza from each other at the time. And so this guy can see the moon when it's here. I'll shrink it a little bit. You can see the moon when it's here and the sun when it's here. But 12 hours later, when the sun is here, can't see the sun. Why can't you see the sun? It's where the moon was just 12 hours ago. Why can't you see the sun? See, it self-debunks. Limited distance of sight. But the problem is that it can't be that distance, because when I was right here in Antarctica, and the sun was way over the farthest away possible, I could see it. And I saw it in the opposite direction. Right? Hot spot. That's a reflection. They don't know what reflections are. Antarctic ice wall. 150 feet above sea level. No. And South Pole, just point to a random location on it. That's the South Pole. But also here's the South Pole. Also there's the South Pole. Acts as a container for the oceans. It's not a pole. Oh, here's also the South Pole. What? How's that also? There's only one pole. You can't have multiple. I mean, look how bad this is. Polaris. Wait a second. And this person here has to see Polaris. They're on the right. There's nothing in the way. Yet they can't. Anyway, again, obvious lie that clearly doesn't work. He posted that talking about the great deception when it is flat earthers that are doing the deceiving. So, yep. All right. So, DimMac. I tagged DimMac. All right. This is, let's see. So I sent both DimMac and Earth is not a planet. I just tagged them both so they can just tap that quick and then pop in to bring their super woke evidence of the flat Earth. Earth is not a planet said, give one example of flat things in the world that I'll join your link. Oh. That's flat right there. That's flat. There you go. So I guess you're going to join the link. Is it a place with multiple polls called a club? Yes. What about Dickless Wanker? Well, if he wants to come in, he could as well. So, I guess if he has flat Earth evidence, but seriously, we all know when we ask ourselves, hey, do you think Dick Wayne has evidence for flat Earth? We all have the very same answer. And Dick has the same answer too. The answer is a big, strong no. So Max calls dibs on Dick Wayne. Hugh Dar says, I gave Keith the Zoom link, but it seems he's too scared. My Mom Bakes Cakes says, is Frito the Aussie Flerf brave enough to debate? So far, no. Oh yeah, let me see. So QOP, if any of you know who QOP is, he regularly sends me invites to come into his Discord server live chat. Right? I'm like, dude, if you're gonna do that, just join. Anyway, he's too scared to join. So, so I. Al Sadius says early, send me a DM on Discord. Early in your stream tonight, you played Will Duffy's phone number unredacted. Is that public? If not, you may want to pull down your stream or something so you're not giving it to all the Flerfs. It's okay. That's not his current phone number. Don't tell the Flerfs though. Let them try it. I talked to him about that. He's like, oh yeah, that'll be funny. So, Harnold says MCToon's recipe for Moscow Mule: half a large mug full of vodka. And hey guys, BBL gotta go do plumbing. I did not do plumbing last week. It did not happen. There's no plumbing that happened after. But I did finish it the next morning. The plumbing is good. The sink is good. I got like this. I'm like, I want to filter the water. So I keep changing exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to have 3 parts and then a fourth that's a NSF 53. But anyway, so it's going to be just the one going into the sink. And so like the easy access is to one that does like the kitchen and the bathroom and the cold, toilet and sink and bathtub and also the dishwasher. I'm like, I don't want to do the high end like filter for all of them. Who cares if the toilet water is drinkable? So now I'm like, okay, so I'm going to have to go farther downstream and tap into just where the sink for the kitchen cold water goes. Just that one. I'm going to put that final filter there. So Unfornicated says you should get your water from a primary source in Florida. It's supposed to be like the fountain of youth. Could be. Or maybe Santos could provide some source. Earth is not a planet is here. Oh, look at that. He managed to click the link. I have allowed Earth is not a planet in. Hello? He's joining. He's working on it. He's still working on it. Let's see. Kiwi Bush says Dick Wayne can't even prove his best claim that the sun always above the earth because to his standards, he needs a personal observation in nature. He didn't do anything like it. All right. Earth is not a planet is joining twice. What? All right. There we go. It's happening. It is happening. And Bruce Wayne's trying to get in on the action. All right, Earth is not a planet. What's going on? Oh my gosh. It's another account joining. Every time. Like this is Zoom. Do people never use Zoom? Apparently not. Apparently never. Still says joining. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Still joining. Okay, well.
Am I audible, MCToon?
There. Hey, I hear you. What's up?
What's up? Okay, so you have let me first tell you that my first language is not English, so I'll be a little slow.
Okay.
Please bear with me. And you accept that your mobile screen is flat, is it?
What?
Screen of your mobile is flat. You said that.
The skin of my the screen. Yeah, the screen is flat. Yeah. Yeah, it's flat.
So can we extend it to up to let's say 30 miles?
No materials science exists that could make a flat surface 30 miles long to a high tolerance.
So you are telling me that we have ISS and we cannot make a 35 miles flat.
Correct.
Screen.
Correct.
Isn't this a joke?
No, it's not a joke. Because everything flexes, even the phone screen, right? Even the phone screen flexes, and even the most aggressively manufactured metal is going to flex, even over a few meters. So if you have a 10-meter piece of metal, it's going to flex a little bit. And if you extend that to 1 mile, well, over the course of 1 mile, you're going to get a significant amount of flex from the beginning to the end. And so it's not going to be flat. There's no way to manufacture that. Material science doesn't have any method to produce something that's rigid.
So then why are you debating for? Because you don't accept anything flat as 30 miles, but you are debating with flat earthers that art is flat. So there is no need for debating, no?
There are ways to measure, though. Yeah, you can't manufacture material, but you can certainly measure over the course of a mile or 30 miles.
We have all engineering tools to make something flat. Like we make buildings, we make bridges.
Yeah. Buildings flex.
Don't we have that?
Buildings flex. Even small buildings flex.
Okay, so there is no need to debate with you because you are so.
Because I win.
Yeah,
of course.
You
yeah, I have a perfect record.
Because building is not flat. Your floor of your room is not flat, or there is nothing in this world is flat. That is your stand. If you accept something flat
at the molecular level, that's correct. There's nothing flat at the molecular level.
If we engage lots of people, like let's say thousands of people with thousands of engineering tools, and we can make a 35 miles flat road on the earth. We can.
No.
We can make it, man. Don't lie, man.
You could use a standard other than the rigidity of the material. You could, for example, use surveying methods to manufacture it to that standard, right? You could say, well, here we're gonna do a we're gonna use theodolites. We're gonna use different tools and techniques to build something that is 30 miles long and is flat within a certain tolerance. And of course, everything has a tolerance. Everything has a margin of error. Yes. Flat earthers almost never have any idea of what a margin of error is. For example, can I ask you, if you have a tape measure or a ruler, right? I have a ruler right here. Okay. If you have a ruler, and if that ruler has centimeters on it and has a mark every millimeter, right? So it's 10 millimeters between each centimeter. What is the margin of error of that ruler? The minimum margin of error.
I don't know.
I know you don't know. Flat earthers don't understand margin of error. The answer is 1/2 of a millimeter, but it could be more. Depends on the precision of the tool. Now, when you are measuring using the highest surveying standards, a distance of a mile, you can measure a deviation out to a mile of less than a centimeter. Right? You can do that, but you couldn't build something and say, we're going to make it flat and it's going to remain rigid that entire distance. We're not going to use external methods to test whether or not that is or flat. We're going to make it rigid such that over the course of a mile it is that, and we don't need to use those external tools.
Okay, I understand your margin of error. But for 30 miles, how much curve is required for Earth to be globe?
For the globe, how much curve?
For 30 miles.
Yeah, just under half of a degree.
No, you have to tell me in the distance, miles or meters or foot, not in degree.
Yeah, you asked me how much curve. I answered in the units that would tell you curve, less than 1/2 of a degree. About 70 miles is 1 degree, so about 35 miles would be half a degree.
So you are not using flat Earth calculator.
I'm not using what?
Earth curvature calculator.
I'm answering the question you asked. You asked how much curve, and the answer to how much curve is not a distance; it's a curve amount. The amount of curve in 30 miles is just under 1/2 of a degree.
Okay, now I'm asking you in the terms of feet or feet. How much will be drop from 1 point
you
to
want
30 mile distance?
Yeah, you want drop from a linear tangent. That's what you're asking for. Sorry, linear drop from a tangent. Right, linear drop from a tangent, and so we can do that in the Walter Bislin's Advanced Earth Curve Calculator. Now, flat earthers always fail to get this correct. They don't know how to do anything, and when they're given this, when we just hand it to them, say, here's how you should do this, they still can't do it. So, all right, let's go. What country are you in that you're talking miles? I was trying to talk metric.
India.
Isn't India in metric?
India, yes.
Why are we talking miles?
Because I understand miles. Okay.
But don't you use the metric system in India?
Yes, kilometers.
Okay, so why not use kilometers instead of miles?
Okay.
Well, is this a thing? Is this like flat earthers are so terrible at units that even in countries where they grew up using metric, they for some reason go to imperial when they're trying to do science? That's ridiculous.
I searched in Google about celestial navigation, and they are miles only mentioned. So I am using miles here.
Oh my gosh.
I hope you understand miles.
Of course, I can convert units. Okay, so target distance, we're gonna go 30 miles. My goodness. So now this is you're asking how much drop you want the linear drop from a horizontal tangent at 30 miles. Is that right? 597 feet.
Okay, so 597 feet. So can we use this within the margin of error for making a 35 miles flat?
You cannot. Yeah, you can. There's no material science to do that where it's going to be rigid. But if you want, you can use surveying methods, and you can say, okay, well here we are. This is where 597 feet linear drop from horizontal tangent 30 miles away would be. Why do you want to do that?
Yes, I want. Yes, margin of error could be 5 to 10 feet. Could be positive, negative.
Margin of error would be less than that
feet.
using modern surveying methods. It would be much less than that. But what problem are you trying to solve here? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, no. Yes. Good. Now come to the point. So if we can make a 35 miles flat with 5 to 10 feet margin of error, now as per globe model, the celestial navigation observation that we observe on daily life, that 1 degree change in elevation angle on the star or sun, moon,
yeah,
is due to the curvature of the earth. Isn't it?
I'm having a hard time understanding you.
Okay, I'm repeating again. 1 degree change in elevation angle is due to 69 miles on the earth.
Okay, yes.
This is observation.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
we all observe.
Sorry.
Observation.
Let me repeat for I'm struggling to understand, but I think I'm getting it. If you're looking at, for example, at a star, and you move away from the GP of the star 69 miles or 60 nautical miles or 111 kilometers, then the elevation of that star will drop by 1 degree. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, what is the cause for that phenomena? Now we are going to second step of scientific method. That
What
let's
is
say,
what is the cause?
as per globe model, what is the cause of this phenomenon?
Yeah, moving 69 miles is the cause.
No,
Yes.
moving is not the cause. As per your globe model, let me tell you, MCToon, curvature of the earth is the cause, because sun rays or rays from the stars are parallel as per your model. So it is the curvature of the earth that causing these changes.
Okay, you varied your location. You didn't vary the arc.
Yes,
Yeah. The independent variable is the location.
not location, it is the curvature of the earth.
Okay, sounds like you're just trying to be pedantic here. Do you have any evidence for flat Earth in this, or are you just trying to play word games?
So if we manipulate the cause, then we will see the changes in the effect, the phenomena. So cause here is the curvature of the earth. So what we will do, we will manipulate the curvature by making 35 miles flat flat road by using surveying tools. Now what we will do, we will check elevation angle from this 35 miles distance. Both ends will change. Check the elevation angle. If that angle remains same, then answer will be yes, earth is.
So what you have neglected to identify is that the vertical vector will also change. So if we were to imaginary somehow manufacture a structure that was perfectly rigid, perfectly straight, 30 miles, and you started at one point and you measured the angle to a star, and then you moved along the surface of this perfectly flat surface 30 miles or even 69 miles, so your entire degree worth, right? And then you got to that other spot and you measured the angle to that. If you were measuring the angle relative to the surface, then yes, but I don't know what method you think you would use to measure it perpendicular, measure it in reference to the surface, because there are generally no tools that measure it in reference to the surface. The tools that we use, specifically theodolite, measure it in reference to the vertical vector, and the vertical vector will change over 69 miles. It will also have varied by 1 degree.
No, as we are using flat vertical line here, so artificial horizon is a method. Hope you know that. How to make an artificial horizon instrument. We can put that in 2 places. Okay, parallel to this.
So an artificial horizon also uses the vertical vector. Here
we are using this flat 30 miles flat artificially made structure.
So if you wanted to measure it, you could devise a method where you measured the angle to the star in reference to the flat surface that you're building in Fantasy World at the start, and then 30 miles or 69 miles later, also measure it in reference to the flat surface of the thing you're on. Right there, you could do that. Right, a theodolite doesn't do that, but you could devise a method to do that. Then what?
Yes. Now, if both these places measure the same angle, then what will be the conclusion.
If they measure the same angle?
But their reading becomes same, 39,
Well,
suppose 30 degree, both the ends.
The fact that you are now 597 feet above the surface, say you started out, this is above water, the fact that you're now 597 feet above the surface of water and you measure that angle is proof that you're on a globe.
Both the places, the angle should be same, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're measuring it in relation to the surface of that imaginary structure that you built, then yes, on the globe, right? But that wouldn't tell you anything about the surface of the Earth, really. What you would know about the surface of the Earth is that rigid, structure is now 597 feet above the surface of the water at 30 miles away.
I have measured this. I have done this on my own.
You have not done that because this structure does not exist.
Let me tell you, we have surveying method. We can make level using auto level. We can, by different methods, there are in this engineering field, that we can make level from a reference point to another reference point by taking 1 mile, 1 mile, 1 mile. We can make it a 35 miles. I have done it myself.
What's the name of this surveying technique that you're using?
Some draw when method I cannot understand now.
Well, wait. I want to be clear. You're telling me that you personally did some surveying technique, but you don't know the name of the surveying technique that you did.
I have to search at YouTube. Okay, but you can name it. I can recall it.
I'm gonna press X to doubt on this one. Seriously, if you don't know the method that you used to survey 35 miles, if you can't even give the name for it, then I'm saying you didn't do it. And if you did it, you didn't do it with any sort of rigor.
I took 2 staff both the side, and I put my auto level in the middle, and I make 1 point level to the another point by just 500 meters. Then I took that second step, stay there, and I put my auto level to the next 250 meters away from the second stop.
Okay.
And I put the stop again. That's how I measure what is the height of this place from the other places.
All right, so let's so you started at one spot and you measured forward to the next spot, right? And then you went to that next spot and you measured forward to the next spot, and you went to the next spot and you measured forward to the next spot over and over and over for 35 miles.
Yes, how they
That is not how surveyors do it, because that introduces error. Surveyors do something called differential leveling. You did not do differential leveling. That's why I asked you what it was that you were doing. Hold on, Kingfisher. What are you doing?
This method used by engineers to make.
Hold on, dude. Okay. Do you have a different name I can call you? Like Anal or something? Like, it doesn't have to be a real name, just something a little easier to say than whatever. Anyway, somebody's getting, I think, unnecessarily comments blocked out in chat here, and I just don't want it to happen. So anyway, do you have a name you like to be called other than what is it? Oh my gosh. Earth is not a planet. Do you have a more, maybe more catchy name than that? It's a bit of a mouthful. Do you have something else?
Raucous. You can call me Raucous.
Raucous. Does that work? All right. Got it. Raucous. All right. So yeah. So if you're going to be doing surveying, you should be doing proper surveying methods. So you were just doing foresights, no backsights. So you weren't doing differential leveling. It sounds like you don't quite have a background in surveying. Is that right?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. So did you have a knowledgeable surveyor assist you in this?
Yes, one of my engineering friend asked me.
And he's like a certified professional surveyor?
Yes, he is a graduate from engineering course.
No, I didn't ask about if he's a graduate from an engineering course, because engineers are not surveyors. Surveyors have a different schooling system.
But he built bridges, no?
He what?
He built bridges, buildings.
He built bread. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean he's a surveyor.
Use these techniques, these tools, this auto label, these tabs, this surveying tool. He used all his life.
He's used it all his life. Okay,
Yes.
but he's not a certified professional surveyor.
Surveyor, no.
No. Okay. So why didn't you get a real surveyor? Right. What you're doing is you try to establish a standard, right? Here is a straight line 30 miles long, right? But you didn't use proper surveying techniques to do that, right? And you had your friend who sounds like he's not an actual surveyor and doesn't actually have the knowledge about how to do it correctly. So why not do it correctly? This is a very common problem with flat earthers. They don't want to do things correctly for some reason, and so they don't go and do things correctly, right? So the surveying methods that you use, what was the margin of error? You don't know.
Let's now, okay, MCToon, we do this. On the some bridge is there about the sea. I forgot the name of the bridge, which is 35 miles.
Yeah.
Okay. I and you do this test. Okay. First, let's measure the drop of this 35 miles of the bridge. Okay. Now make a structure which is flat on that bridge.
Yeah, so you want to build it. You want to actually build a structure that's 30 miles long. Okay. I hope you have some wealthy people that are going to assist you.
What I have to do, first measure the drop of that bridge. Okay, first we'll measure. If it is 597 foot, then okay, 597 foot structure is very difficult to build. Then we'll stop this experiment. But if we found that the 35 miles bridge have only 10 to, let's say, 30 feet difference from one point to another point, then what we'll do, we'll make a 30 feet long structure to make that level. Then we'll measure this elevation angle from these 2 points of these two bridges. And if we get same angle, then what will be your conclusion? That Earth is not a planet.
Yeah. I already covered it. I already covered it in the introductory part of this conversation, where somebody would put together the funds apparently to build the structure.
Experiment.
But you did not.
The final experiment for flat Earth.
You would need to use
the Antarctica and shouting on someone else. Where is the gun, Nathan? Where is the gun?
Where's the gun?
Let's do it.
That was a joke.
Man, let's do it.
That was a joke to mock Nathan Oakley, the lying, filthy scum. It had nothing. That wasn't the science. The science was we measured the length of the shadow and the angle to the sun. We measured the azimuth of the sun. We measured the distance between lines of longitude when we were there. We measured the magnetic field strength while we were there. I measured whether or not there was a strong GPS signal and whether or not there was a cell phone signal. There was not. So the GPS did not come from cell phones.
Yeah, we have to,
So we did all these, we did a bunch of different experiments, and these were all experiments. Just a second. These were all experiments.
All your claim on the basis of faith, because we are not going to Antarctica, but we can both go to that bridge only. Everybody can do this, my test, not your going to Antarctica. That is,
but your test, your
$30,000 of money or time, specific time.
Yeah.
But
okay,
test
hire a surveyor.
World.
Hire a surveyor to do it right. Tell them, I want you, professional surveyor, put your name on the line here, your professional credentials on the line. I want you to develop a standard, straight, non-bending line from here to somewhere else 30 miles away. And I need you to certify with your credentials, with your career, that point 30 miles away is straight from here to there. You get somebody who knows what they're doing to do that. Go ahead, and I'll come to India, and we can measure the angle then. What part of India?
No, I'll not expose my location, my thing to.
Oh, come on. India's all right. That's fine. India's big. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'd love to go to India. That'd be fantastic. I got a good friend from Goa, but I'm guessing you're not from Goa. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah. My neighbor, they moved away. They still own the house, but they moved away. They're from the Punjab. Best neighbor ever, because they'd bring food over every once in a while. It was the best food. Absolutely the best food. You know what my favorite is? What would you say? Rocker? My favorite is chicken makhni. Do you say it makhni or makhani? Whatever that is. Butter chicken. I love it. It's good stuff. All right. Well, okay. You get that to happen. Send me an email, mctoon@mctoon.net. Get that certified surveyor to do that, so that the one end is 597 feet above the surface of the water. Double check my math there. And there we go. That'd be awesome.
I have done this, and by using two people using this sextant from this 30-mile distance, and both are using the same time, exact same time, and pointing to the same star and same sun. We got half a degree difference. Even if
that the globe predicts.
Even if the structure is flat.
That's what the globe predicts.
Art is flat.
Yeah,
so MCToon, art is flat. This one degree change.
This is exactly what the globe predicts.
No.
You've identified exactly what the globe predicts.
It doesn't matter who predicts.
Good job. You proved the globe.
It is due to the perspective, not due to your curvature, Mr. MCToon. Art is flat. Come on, man. Go join to the truth. You
just proved that the Earth is a globe. Because
stop following Satan. Stop following Baphomet. There is nothing there. You are the God. God reside inside you, man.
Look.
You can be a good man. You are very intelligent.
You've just proved the Earth is a globe.
Lying,
you just proved the Earth is a globe.
For your intelligence, I adore you. Your capability to lie.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You are excellent, man.
But you proved the Earth is a globe. That's what you did. You moved 30 miles away, and the angle to the star changed by half a degree. That's what the globe predicts. You just confirmed the globe.
No matter who predicts.
This is hilarious. No, you didn't. You proved it. You proved the curvature, and you obviously don't have any idea about the geometry involved here.
Cause is the perspective, not the curvature of the art.
You don't know perspective. What's the formula for perspective?
Look, MCToon, this perspective is
what's
the big thing.
The formula for perspective?
And they do not teach
You
this
don't know.
perspective in our schools.
You don't know. You don't get to talk about perspective if you don't know how to apply
They are not
it.
teaching us this perspective calculation in our schools.
All right. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But thanks for joining. You can go.
Okay.
Nobody understands what you're talking about anyway.
Thank you, MCToon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. I wish I could understand him a little better. He sounded like until he went a little crashing out there, he sounded like a decent guy. Hello, Penguin. What are you doing? What's up, puppy? Well, come here. Come here. Come here, Penguin. Come on. Oh, not you, Donkey. I call Penguin. Donkey comes. He's got pretty serious FOMO. So, all right. Earth is not a planet. It's still, hey, it's still in the chat. You can, in the bottom corner, there's a button that lets you leave. All right. Penguin, come here. Come here, puppy. Come on, good girl. It's getting cold, so she's got a sweater on. She's so cute. How you doing, puppy? Yeah, good girl. So yeah, anyway, so here's what he did. I let me try to summarize. He used non-surveying techniques, just like some invented method that isn't how surveyors do things. It isn't like the techniques that surveyors use are very precisely formulated to know what they're doing, so that they don't introduce errors, so they don't make mistakes. So the way that he did it, where he did this constant foresight, surveyors, that's not the techniques that they use. But it shows the lack of understanding of the person that he was working with, the guy who is an engineer. Well, I don't care if he's an engineer. I care if he's a surveyor, a certified professional surveyor. That would be the person that you'd need to get. And when I say they need to be ready to put their credentials on the line, surveyors in the United States, and probably different in different countries, but surveyors in the United States are responsible and held accountable for the things they do. And they carry insurance like doctors do. Doctors carry malpractice insurance, and surveyors carry insurance to cover their work. So if they make a mistake, and it's a mistake that caused, involved in a multi-million-dollar project, their insurance covers them. Now, if surveyors have a history of making mistakes, then the insurance companies would not want to insure them much anymore. So it's incumbent on them to be accurate. So that's why I say it should be a surveyor that needs to do it right, and not a flat earther that wants to force a certain outcome, and not somebody that's just an amateur that doesn't really have a good idea of what they're doing. So, all right. Yamaha Sun is a Satanist, apparently. It's come out in the chat. So, old man Yamaha, or Jerry No Teeth, is a Satanist. At least that's what the chat has been saying. So, the link is still there for people that can defend the flat Earth. Good luck, Flatties. If you know that you don't have any evidence for flat Earth, then you definitely would not want to join in. So, all right. 1 over n squared. Ask Max about early universe entropy. He's an expert and was able to defeat Witsit. 1 over n squared is doing a little trolling here tonight. Then again, he says, is optional monadic? If it is, what method on it makes it so? I have no idea. What are you talking about? Is this about entropy? I don't know. Jim Daniels, Jack's brother, says, Dim Mac, you sound like Mikey Smith now. Just stop it. Tim Davidson says, using my psychotic ESPN powers, I predict Toon. Well-spoken, fact-based measurements. Dimmock, But have you considered nuh-uh? Dimmock, the link is there. One over N squared says, do you think every flat earther you think is a joke now can be a hero in 10 years like Jaron is? No, I think most will be a joke in 10 years. Yeah. I think for the most part, the people that fall into flat earth, a couple exceptions, but for the most part, the people that fall into flat earth are damaged to begin with. I think it damages them more, but I think they're damaged to begin with. Oh, java.util optional. Is java.util optional? No, it's built in. Donkey. Shh. I don't know if you hear him. He's crying here. So, but yeah, I think for the, and the scummy flat earthers like Oakley, I don't want him to stop being a flat earther. I want him for the rest of his life to be an embarrassment. He's a horrible person. And I think the people that are rotten people like that should definitely continue being, holding up the moniker of horrible people. Now Jaron showed that he's a decent person. So he was, he escaped, and I'm glad for it. And along with quite a few other flatties, I've had some really nice conversations with Robbie Davidson. I didn't know. When I first saw him, like, I don't know. I kind of had a chip on my shoulder about him, but because of what happened at the conference, we had never talked about it. I'd never had any interactions with him, but between now and then, it's been 6 years. But we had a little chat, had a little laugh about it, and he apologized, and so I found out that someone thinks nukes are fake. Is that a common conspiracy? Yes. Typically what happens is the people that are, and it goes into the people that are damaged, right? The people that are so dumb that they'll think that the earth is flat, of course, lack critical thinking. They will not understand how nuclear bombs work or how nuclear energy works. They will not know how airplane fuel works. They will not understand how birds work, and they'll think they are fake. They don't understand how burning exhaust from airplanes works in relation to the temperature and pressure in the atmosphere. They don't understand that. The list goes on and on about things they don't understand. And so then they tend to be contrarians, right? They're like, oh, I got secret knowledge, right? And because they think they have secret knowledge, they latch onto anything they can find that supports their belief of this secret knowledge. So, Lael says, I would debate you on Flat Earth. However, you've always been afraid to debate the king of the Flerfs. The king of the Flerfs is who? Well, Dirth thinks he's the king. Stringfella Hawk says, seriously, I'm from Goa also. I moved to the U.S. when I was 5 months old, so I don't remember anything. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, good friend of mine. He's from Goa, him and his wife. And he came several years ago to the United States, and I met him and he was a server at an Indian restaurant, and I just befriended him. And since then we've been friends, and he sends me, so if you don't know, Goa used to be a Portuguese colony, and they actually gained their independence from Portugal 10 years after the rest of India gained their independence from India. So they were Portuguese a bit longer. And similar to the Philippines, which used to be a Spanish colony where everybody had to have a Filipino name, a Spanish name. Everybody in Goa is heavily influenced by Portugal. So I don't know if it was a rule or anything, but people have Portuguese names. And so there's a difference between typically S and Z at the ending of their names. But like people have these, like, to an American, it sounds Spanish. Right. All I hear is Spanish when I hear their names, and then he plays the music. He's like, oh, this is Goan music, and they speak Konkani. Konkani is very much like Portuguese. And he plays the music. I'm like, wow, this sounds like mariachi music. Seriously, to me, it sounds like Spanish or Mexican mariachi music. And he plays it. He's like, what do you think of this song? I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand Spanish. And then we laugh. All right. Good guy. Jade Donachie said, good job. You redeemed your mic mashup. Yeah, I think that was my, my YouTube studio in my browser. Every once in a while runs out of memory. And when it does that, it mangles the computer and it makes it drop frames. So every once in a while, I try to remember to refresh it to start that over again. Come on, Dimac, join in. I've never seen such behavior in the war room before, says flatties are becoming an endangered species. They are, and that's a good thing. I'm happy for it. And, oh,
she's scared.
How is the, look at that. We got a little fur snake. This is the ferret.
Do you want to pick?
She's an albino ferret. And so you can see the eyes are pink. She really can't see very well.
She's old.
She's old.
An old little pasta.
Yeah, a pasta. Yeah, how you doing? She likes to bite toes though, so don't have your toes.
No, she likes to bite men's toes.
Men's toes. My toes. She bites my toes. So, and Donkey wants to play with his best friend. No. So I already had Penguin up here.
In her cute little sweater.
In her cute thing. Yeah. All right.
Penguin is terrified of Tina.
Thank you. Penguin's what?
Terrified of Tina.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Is it scary?
Yeah.
Yesterday
Keep. All right. Donkey was coming up like. Anyway, she's holding the ferret down so that Penguin can sniff, and then Donkey's like, "Ooh, I want to come over." No, you gotta keep her up. Yes, flatties are scared because they know they don't have any evidence, and all that they can do is lie. That's right. That's right. Keep pressing them until they're absolutely gone. Dr. Not our, I'm not going to read that. Dr. Not our president. It's something about Trump. Says any takers? No takers yet. Other than that guy, Earth Not a Globe, who didn't understand even the most basic of surveying techniques and thought that even though the surveying techniques that he used were completely rubbish, that he somehow proved something about the Earth. Other than that, it's a globe. But thank you for that. Member for 44 months there, Dr. Not Our President. Nugs Automation, member for 14 months, says tune, and then 4 or 5 exclamation points. Thank you for that. Jay Donachie says, a steel pole a mile long would flex more than the curvature of the Earth, let alone 30-mile one. Yes. This is a classic force the line, flat earthers call it. They want to build a structure 1 mile long, right? Which wouldn't be very useful, but you do it over the water, and over 1 mile, if you could build it perfectly straight and rigid, and you started it at the beginning point perfectly horizontal, 1 mile away, it would be 8 inches above the water. Now, to build it, you would use surveying techniques and you would do it optically. But they reject using optical measurements. That's why they want to build a physical structure. Because we can go and we can, over the distance of 1 mile, measure whether or not there is a drop from horizontal tangent. And absolutely 100% of the time, using surveying techniques, you can measure that there is a drop from horizontal tangent. Absolutely happens every single time. But flat earthers don't like that. And so they reject optical measurements. So they say, well, let's build one that's physical and that's rigid and have it be for a mile, but you can't build something. And here, let me explain. if you built 10-foot long pieces and then bolted them end to end for 1 mile in length. Now, the distance of a mile in feet is the super easy to remember 5,280 feet per mile. So you'd have 528 of these 10-foot long sections, right? Now, let's say that you could get 527 sections perfectly straight, but that very first one deviated by a very small percentage, a very small number of degrees. Here's the homework for you. What would that one junction, what deviation in degrees, right? If it was apart, the top was leaning away, right? Or the bottom was touching and the top was out of perfectly flat. By what degree would that be so that there's 8 inches of deviation 1 mile away? What is that number? When building the structure, you must have all of your junctions be at least that precise, and to be best, you'd want to be significantly more precise than that. All right. Philippines. Yes, the Philippines had for a while, they had the law, a law or rule or something where people's last name, I think, needed to be Spanish. So Shedzy49 says, Dimac, stop being a weenie, get on the call. Well, he'll still be a weenie. Cal says, Cal sent 1 membership. Thank you very much, Cal. I'm sure the person that received it is very appreciative. Jack Fetter says, let's save him some money before he goes and hires a surveyor. To potential candidate, question, is the earth curved? A, yes. Experiment complete. That's right. All right, why did you, hold on. What? That's okay. This is fine. This is hilarious. Dimac said MCToon can't make an earth curve stencil with gravity's help. I mean, that is as ridiculous as it comes. So Leslie, don't time him out for that. That's perfectly fine. Let's see. There we go. So I reduced it down to 10 seconds so he can come back. Yeah. Old man Yamaha, stop praying. You pray to Satan. Stop it. You're a Satanist. You said that, right? Or somebody figured it out? Definitely figured it out. You lie a lot, so that's probably the case. Anyway, nobody, don't do that. That's mean. 1/n². Yep. Java, Leslie Rohr says Oakley will remain an embarrassment no matter what. That's right. I think it's fine for them to declare that they're horrible people by holding on to flat Earth. And we saw that with Jaron and Witspit, right? Witspit's a horrible person. There's no doubt about that, right? Spatting his in Kai's face and he's constantly lying. I mean, the guy lies so much, right? Not a good guy. So I'm not sad one bit that he held on to the flat Earth lie, right? Totally fine with that. Now maybe, and I've seen this happen, Ranty, Jaron, Rachy, like when they finally something snaps and the flat Earth like just collapses for them, and then like everything else kind of falls away too. They're like they can finally see, they're like, oh my goodness, all of these other things that they held were also wrong. And they start critically thinking about stuff. And so I think what happens is they kind of tend to become better people. So I wouldn't put it past. I'll potentially could actually not be a rotten person after the fact. I know that's being pretty optimistic, but the OG Kenji, yes, I will be in Chicago this weekend. And the meetup is Friday night, 8 p.m. at at Brando's, not Brondo's. Brondo's got what plants crave. At Brando's, the Chicago Loop. Where's the address? Not Lincoln Park, Chicago Loop. It's 343 South Dearborn. So yes, I would love to meet up. OG Kenji. So Jack Fetter, I don't know the answer, but he says 0.00009 degrees. Correct. I don't know it offhand. Anyway, so there it is. I'm gonna put out a video on it, and I'll, can DM. So yeah, I don't know. It's a cool place. Will I be singing? No, I will not. You don't want to hear me sing. You do not. So anyway, there it is. Yep. There's the zoom in. Well, you won't let me zoom in more. Yeah, here it is. Right here. This is the freeway. Oh, it froze up. What happened? Let me reset this. All right. Here is right here. This is where the post office, the old post office is. The freeway goes through the post office. It's pretty cool. I've been in that post office. Been in there when I was helping out at to send Cornerstone magazine. Kenji will know what I'm talking about. Pable 73 for 750 Uruguayan pesos says, regarding conspiracies, my brother fell for the one with that letter in 2017. He wasn't a dumb person, but the I'm saving the world sentiment with him over, and we are in Uruguay in a global phenomenon. Win him over, and we're the I'm saving the world sentiment won him over. Okay, so yeah, I get that. So the single letter conspiracy, the one that basically posited that every single politician has some blackmail material involving people that aren't old enough to vote, and that they have been offered and accepted that, and then it was held above them as blackmail. That's the foundational part of that conspiracy. It's stupid, right? Where's the evidence for that? There's no evidence for that. None of it. It's just completely farcical. So very sad. So anyway, Old Man Yamaha says stop it. Yeah, Old Man Yamaha, stop it. Stop worshiping Satan, Old Man Yamaha. Yeah, gross. Anyway, that's what I got. That's what I got. One over n squared is trying to give me some Java quiz. I don't care. I don't care, Basil Problem. You're a dick. I haven't done a ton lately. I've been doing more Python lately. So anyway, thanks for the money though. I'll take that, I guess. I have Reese's Old Man. I can type big two. Okay. I have all right, I'm going to shut down the Zoom call. And I'll just say only one had the courage, Earth, not a globe guy. And he measured that over the distance of 30 miles, a star dropped by 0.5 degree in elevation. Exactly what the globe predicts. Wow. Alyssa Rohr says, of all the conspiracy speculation I've heard, that is the closest to being believable. It's not. Right. And I get the desire, like you want your political enemy to be that person. You want him to be that. Your political enemy is just somebody, for the most part, that is like the political people that you do like. And they got into the system, and the system mangles with them, messes with them. So, it's, yeah. Anyway, Conspiracy Music Studios sent me a message earlier today. There is a new premiere happening here on this channel right now. If you remember recently, good old Sam, Flat Earth Reconnaissance Sam, he thinks he's gonna save the world. He thinks he is the one. He thinks he's Neo. But it's not. Anyway, so after the interaction between him and Jaren and Dave, and then his it's funny watching him, Dave McKeegan, watching him try to take down Dave Weiss. Go for it. I support him in that endeavor. It's hilarious. But anyway, this is a brand new music video, and so the link, can somebody grab the link to Conspiracy Music Studios, and I'll pin it whoever gets it in, so that you can go and you can subscribe and you can go watch this video there. But anyway, this is the global premiere of the song Sam Checks It Out. Everybody, thank you for joining, and I will see you, well, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Definitely, if you want to see me in Chicago, Friday night, 8 p.m. at Brando's Bar. It's what plants crave. See you then.
Saw the footage, check it out, you know. But the snow looked fake in that southern glow. You couldn't have gone, it was a studio. LCD sky, fake sun show. Looked real at first, that's part of the game. So the whole trip's fake, it's all the same. Truth must make sense or it falls, you know. My truth shines brighter than the South Pole snow. Check it out, check it out. I'm seeing lies where the light won't go. Check it out, check it out. Every pixel's proof that the truth can't show. I watch the sun float past to his face. You can't explain that, it's out of place. The glare don't lie, I saw it clear. A projection, you know, not really there. They say the earth is round, that's cute, but water don't bend, that's absolute. And if you've got to prove too much, that just proves it's fake and such. Check it out, check it out. I'm turning logic upside down below. Check it out, check it out. The facts are fake, the fake's what shows. Don't trust the flights or the live stream too. YouTube's in on it, lying to you. Duran's a pro liar, that's his role. Paid to sell you the Southern Pole, but I Truth behind the paywall, don't be slow.